Hey there and happy Monday, guys. So I wasn't sure if I was going to start Deb King's virtual stamp party today or Saturday. And I tell you what, Saturday I spent a ton of time in my craft room here and got reorganized, kind of regrouped from being gone. And I just realized, I think it was that day or even yesterday, that the last time I was home for a chunk of days in a row was the last week of April. And so to have this past week be a good chunk and to get Saturday to be in this room, I feel ready to go for you guys. And I'm so excited to bring you a card today. Hi Kay, hi Lisa, hi Renee. And so I am kicking off Deb King's virtual stamp party with card number 1 today. And I know her and her group of friends love fall. So I thought let's dig right into that mini catalog that starts tomorrow and give you some fun ideas. Hey there, Tori. I hope you're crafting out in your backyard that you were talking about before. As I just am setting up now, I'm looking at my workstation when I totally forgot to put Deb King's name and her host code down. Forgive me, Deb. But when I post later the still shot of the card that I'm making, I'll put the host code on there like I always do. And I know you've been good to let your friends know that what your code is and such. So hopefully that probably just throws me off more than it does you, but you can guarantee it's going to show up there tomorrow for sure. Oh, good, Tori. You are crafting in your backyard. It's a beautiful day here in Minnesota. Hi, Marie from California. And Diane, thanks so much for joining in. I'm just going to tap my iPad so I can continue to see who's joining in and any comments or questions that you might have. And let me also get my camera turned around onto my workstation here. So lots of pretty things. And like I said, so tomorrow, I don't think I have my celebration brochure back here. No, I cleaned up that well. Usually it's laying around. But nothing that I'm creating with today is from that. It's just from the mini catalog. And I can't open this up to show you where things come from. But I can kind of sneak a peek myself and go, okay, just so that I give you guys the right information. So from the mini catalog on page 48 is this wonderful pretty pumpkin bundle. So kind of a classy look. Stampin' Up! Often kind of switches back and forth and sometimes within the same catalog with classical looking pumpkins, whimsical looking pumpkins, fall that's stitched and, you know, carefree to really elegant and different things. So this is a stamp set. And like I said, page 48, I think. And then dies to match and cut out the different groupings of leaves and pumpkins and such. But as you can see, the 3 dies, whoa, the 3 dies that I've already pulled out do more of just the outlines and decorative touches on there too. So I will show you what I'm running that through with on my machine and different things there to help you achieve and attain that look. So there's the card. And then let me just point out the pretty papers too. The papers are also from the mini catalog and they are found on page 55, and it's the Harvest Meadow suite of products. So I'm actually taking papers from a different suite and then just the Pretty Pumpkins bundle from a different area in the catalog too. So so here's the pretty papers. So kind of like a pool party. Look to this. Hi Joyce, good to see you. And Brenda, good to see you too. This is great to have so many of you guys pop on. And then the back side of this is really a fun look, kind of a crumb cake with different like viney, but almost like tree-like white dotted look to it. And I love anything Calypso coral, so we've got that look. And of course, navy for my navy lovers. And this I think would look so pretty together to put the navy and coral together. And then I've got this kind of like a wheat or natural look to that. And then the back side has, it's kind of that new soft succulent color with some script in the evergreen color, the new in colors. And then we kind of have that same pattern, that viney tree look, but more of a Calypso color versus the crumb cake. And then this is just really elegant looking in crumb cake. This almost looks like something that you'd want to scrapbook like your vintage papers on and such. And then I love just plain pattern paper like this for fall too. So a lot of these are in the Bumblebee and Cajun Crazed type of family and Misty Moonlight. So those colors really go well together. And of course this pattern that I'm working with today. Whoops. And then this is the back side kind of natural wheat look. So that is the Harvest Meadow, and it's 12 by 12. So that's all from the mini catalog too. So I'm not using anything today from the Celebration brochure, but I really want to tomorrow. Both the holiday catalog and Celebration kick off tomorrow, and I feel ready for that. I'm really excited about it. So let me get working on Deb's card. I'm bringing in some Bumblebee Cajun Crazed brushed metallic cardstock, which is also in the upcoming catalog that starts tomorrow. And just for the inside, some very vanilla there as well. So yeah, that that blue paper, I can't wait to do some fun things with that. You know me, I love my blue as well as many of you. So just seeing these fall colors together is good. I did a fall card last week, and so many of you said, oh yay, fall. So I know I've got people that love fall and crafting in fall. So let me just do some die cutting. Actually, I'm going to stamp first. The only ink pad that I need to use today is the Cajun Crazed ink pad. So I'm going to open that up, and let's see, here's the fun dies that I'm using. So kind of 3 different dies that aren't in what I showed you in the packaging. So those are going to be my 3 pumpkins, and then 3 different leaves. I love that I can just put these through my die cut machine all at once. So this is the one I'm going to be stamping. And just to kind of give you guys a visual when I'm working, I thought this would be helpful for you too. So I want to stamp the sentiment from the Pretty Pumpkin stamp set that says, so thankful for you. So I can just actually stamp that right inside my pumpkin. Because then I'll know I have plenty of room instead of trying to put it in the corner and then go, oh, guess what? This is where it should be. Because if you're challenged like I am sometimes to center things, it was pretty cool how that stamp fits right inside there, and then I can just cut it out that way. So let me set my things aside so I have room for my cut and emboss machine. And oops, lots of little papers flying around. So I'm going to send that one through first. And I'm just going to make sure that that's centered. And this is the Bumblebee cardstock. So last year's in color, and it's great for August. You know, you think of those August, you know, sunflowers and things like that, and upcoming fall events. So Susan has a question. I'm going to see if I can. Do you think that the Blackberry paper DSP in the catalog also work with this set? I am just curious. I think it should work with the set really well. In fact, Stampin' Up! Has not been able to get, at least I don't have my hands. Oh, you're talking Blackberry Bliss cardstock. No. Okay, I was thinking that Pretty Blackberry Bliss, there's a DSP, a designer series paper that has a lot of Blackberry Bliss with it. I think it would clash. Let me just show you quick. I think it would clash. So this is Blackberry Bliss, and then this is this. I think it's just a little too purpley for the shades that are being used, but that's a good question. So yeah, and when it comes to the Pretty Designer Series paper that's going to be coming out, then yeah, hopefully that'll be coming soon. I can show you guys some fun stuff with that too. So what I like about this pumpkin too is that not only does it cut out in the pumpkin shape, you can see it kind of gives it a little embossed edge there. Yay, the camera did pick that up. I wasn't sure if it would or not. So, and then, let's see, next I want to use this, and this is a very ornate die. That pumpkin's going to be so pretty. Okay, DSP, name of the DSP. Okay, the Blackberry Beauty. That's what I was thinking you were thinking from the start. Would that work with this set? Yes. Okay, so then my question or my answer changes. Yes, I do think that Blackberry pretty paper that we can't order yet, but hopefully soon when it comes into stock. I think that would be really pretty together, and that was kind of my thought process when I was planning on ordering it and got this ahead of time, that I want to put those two together. So we'll see. I haven't done anything with it yet because I don't have that pretty paper. I'm just going to run this through a couple times because it's so detailed. So we'll see. So that's kind of my questions. I really think it would, our answer, I think it would work. But until I work with it, then I can't say for sure. Because sometimes what I think is going to work, even on a daily basis of things I've planned, don't always pan out. Okay, so how fun is this Cajun Crazed pumpkin? I love how the die cuts out just those little slots like that. And also this. So you could almost leave it in chunks of, you know, leaving some of that design or not, but this is pretty easy. It reminds me of when you get a brand new puzzle and some of it's just kind of stuck together, and you kind of have to just gently maneuver the pieces apart a little bit to get them, unless I know some people who like to leave those together and go, hey, I've got a head start on my brand new puzzle. But I want for this one, this project today, I want to get all those little pieces out like so. Okay, just wanted to kind of show you too how easy it is to do that. So I've got all of that out and that, and then I've got all my die cutting done. Okay, and here's my pumpkin that I already did. So now it's just a matter kind of assembling. And so I'm going to take the pretty paper here, and I cut that today 4 by 5 1/4. And I kind of just debated between Cajun Crazed, which I am using, cut and folded the long way here. Yeah, and Kay, that filigree pumpkin is so pretty. I knew right from the get-go that I would want to do something with that using a metallic paper. So today I'm using the Cajun Crazed for the background and then putting the pretty paper on top of it. And I thought about using Bumblebee, which is this, but it just kind of just faded too much together for what I wanted to do. I wanted things to kind of pop. And I'm going to adhere my filigree pumpkin first. I want to make sure I get that last piece out. So I'm going to just kind of tap on, oh, I've got one more little piece. I thought I had all those little pieces. I'm going to just kind of tap on with my green Tombow glue. I just had this on my desk, so I know it was working. There we go. And sometimes a blob will come out, so then I just tap it off with my finger. And a lot of times I will do the two-way glue pen for this too, but I wanted this to be tackier right from the get-go just because it's pretty ornate. So I just wanted to kind of glide that here and there. You can just see I'm just kind of swiping it across, and that works really well too. And then I want to show you what one of my customers has taught me to use also. So I don't have a lot of places that oozes glue. Then just take a regular tissue and just dab that on, adhere the glue onto your tissue, and then it doesn't give you any of that residue or lingering kind of sticky look that the glue leaves on there. So I wanted to share that with you because that sometimes works great, especially with metallic cardstock where you don't want it to look messy like that. And then the next one that I'm going to put down is over in this corner, this pumpkin. And because of the little, oops, I tapped my light off. Because of the little slots there, I want it to pop up, but I don't want it to, hold on, to have those little dimensionals showing. So I'm going to put a couple of the dimensionals on one side, then kind of one over here, and that's going to be enough kind of a pop-up because it's going to sit off to the side. So I was so worried about getting the glue off the front of my ornate pumpkin. It is stuck all over, like making my fingers sticky. Okay, so this I'm just going to tack down there in the corner like so. And so now this is popped up and this isn't. So what I'm going to do is on this side add just some regular size dimensionals because we've got a lot of space to work with there and no slots, nothing ornate. So that easily goes on there like so. And then I'm going to take my adhesive, because all it needs is adhesive on this side and dimensionals on that side, and then it will be the same height across the card, because I've got now popped up, and then this connects to that and it's popped up and popped up. So now it kind of all flows the way it should, without getting too lumpy by double popping up the different layers either. So that is kind of the basis of the card. And then I go into, hey, let's accessorize, because this kind of just reminds me of something vintage, old fashioned, like thinking of my grandma's kitchen or something. But I wanted to spruce it up a little bit, and I didn't want to go too gold. So I brought out the fun new leaves from the holiday or mini catalog coming out. These are the gold holly leaves, and definitely says holly leaves, and think poinsettias and such, but kind of wanted to show you how classy fun these could be if you wanted to do like a classy fall look. So there's a couple different sizes of that, but I just thought, no, definitely like holly, but depending on kind of the project you were doing, it could look really pretty and classy. So I just kind of wanted to give you a glimpse of those gold holly leaves since I had them out. But what I'm going to do is just take and scooch off all the little crumbs from before. Thought I was done with my cut and emboss machine, but I have 3 more leaves to run through. So I'm just taking a little strip, and this is where my friend Lisa will be there. She is using her scraps. So especially with my metallic cardstock or foils or different specialty papers, I feel like I always have little pieces left over, or maybe I'm just using a lot of pieces in general. So I can put all 3 of those leaves that I'm going to use on my card at once. Thank you, Kay. And just run that through all at once. I'm just going to slide these tiny little dies off so that I don't lose them. And this is where my take your pick tool comes in perfectly, because I can just kind of scrape those off my cutting pad. And my hostess Deb will be like, I cannot believe how etched up your cutting pad is, and yet it is like completely straight. And I don't know either, Deb. So it's just it is how it is, but I like that it's that way. All right, and so then to put these on, these are so pretty because not only does it cut, it just etches and embosses the little designs right into those leaves too. So that's great. And for that, I'm just going to take some glue dots, because these are super sticky, and I'm just going to put 1 glue dot on each leaf here, kind of in the biggest part of the leaf, and then it will make assembling really easy. So doesn't take much more. So this has just kind of like a little cutout there. So I'm just going to kind of put that almost at an angle right over that. So it kind of looks like it's designed to go right with the stem of the Cajun Crazed pumpkin. And then the other 2 I'm going to kind of lay over. So I'm going to have 1 leaf kind of there, and then 1 leaf kind of popping up over there. So we've got that going on there, like so. And then that's it for that, but I wanted even more. And this doesn't even fit, like you think shiny gold and then the matte decorative dots. These are from the mini catalog, but I like how these colors went with the same tone. So technically this is probably real red, and yet the way the colors fade out and kind of do ombre within each color, I can pass this for Cajun Crazed, and anything yellow will kind of work too. So this will match the bumblebee as well. So I'm just going to take like a medium size here of the reddish color and pull over a darker tiny one here. And then for this too, I'm just going to pull a medium little matte dot there, and then a larger one. Oops, scooted it right off there. And so that's going to just give the pumpkins a little bit of personality too, besides those leaves. And then I'm going to finish the front with some linen trim. There were some different options, some gold shimmer ribbon, but I just thought, hey, that's going to be too thick. I thought about the bumblebee gingham ribbon, but then I was adding in just a whole nother pattern line, and I didn't want to do that either. Hi, Lois. Thanks for joining in today. So I thought linen trim will be good because it just adds a little something and kind of a nice natural color for fall. So just wrap that linen thread around there a couple times like so. And we have that. So I was worried a little bit about the dead space there, but then of course my guys were around because it's supper time. They always show up. Actually, I'm not complaining. My 20-year-old son is making us taco salad and sweet corn as we speak, and it smells so good. So with that, I just bounced this idea off of them, and I said, is this enough? Is it good? And they loved it. So I'm like, I'm leaving it just like this. And I think if anything, I would have put some of these embellishments up there, and I did try that, but I didn't like them. So on to the pumpkin they went. The only thing that I want to finish this with is my inside. And with that, I'm just going to do a sentiment from the Pretty Pumpkin stamp set. If friends were pumpkins, I'd pick you. How sweet is that? So I chose very vanilla just to give it kind of a softer look for fall. And then I stamped that in Cajun Crazed. And then, of course, the font, because it's the same stamp set, matches the front of the card too. So I'm just going to tap that down. Hi, Priscilla. Thank you. Now you know why I probably didn't answer that last text. I was getting ready to go live, but I will text you back. It's been a busy day as people are prepping their orders for tomorrow's kickoff of these catalogs that are fun and exciting. So this is Deb's, Deb King's virtual card number 1 for her party. So that's the front, and then that is the inside. So hope you've enjoyed getting some inspiration that way. And I will be back. Tomorrow is the plan to come back with you for card number 2 for Deb's virtual party. And like I said, I'd like to hit more something with the celebration offerings. And I have something in mind and don't want to spoil the surprise. You'll get to see it tomorrow. And that's always my way out in case that didn't go well. And I just will pull something else from celebration that covers. So always have a backup plan because sometimes what I think should happen and work out doesn't always like pan out the way it should. But so hopefully you guys have a good night. I will see you guys tomorrow at some point. And yeah, thanks for joining in with me because I do love sharing Kay. So yeah, I love fall, and so this will be a great bundle. You'll probably see more of it from me soon. Take care and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.